So in yesterday's video, we bench tested our distributor with its vintage Mallory Unilite points conversion setup. It's at least between 40 and 50 years old. But we spun it up, hooked it up to a coil, threw sparks like there was no tomorrow. So this thing is good to go. So while we were at it, we had the distributor apart. We popped off the heavy advance spring to bring in the advance a little bit quicker. We lubed up the advance weights. This morning I hit it on the wire wheel to knock off some of the scuds. Snazzy, right? And we dropped it in. But we're not quite finished with it as far as timing goes, because we have to create a set of accurate timing marks on the damper here. Now, when I say accurate timing marks, what is here right now is fine if you're going to go by the prescribed, 10 degrees before top dead center or whatever it happens to be, that they would call for the spec on this. But we're hot rodders, okay? And we're going to be messing around with different distributors and different timing curves, and we need something that's a little bit more accurate than that. We're more concerned with total timing than we are with initial timing. And these marks, well, this is all they give you. 10 degrees after, 10 degrees before, and 0. That's it, okay? So now we need to create a set of marks that we'll be able to use as we continue forward with this engine. And also, we want to have this distributor set for instant fire. So we want this thing to be between like 10 and 15 degrees before top dead center. The very first time we go to start this engine, we want it to light off the second or third revolution. We're using the original Cameron lifters that were in it, but we're going to pretend like it's a new Cameron lifters, and we can't play around with this thing just cranking our way. We need an instant first start. So along those lines, we need an accurate set of timing marks that will allow us to set the distributor first for that first fire, and then later on be able to time it with a steady strobe timing light. I don't like dial back timing lights. I've used them. I found that they're inaccurate. I like to use a steady strobe timing light. So in order to set the timing using one of those, we're going to have to put a set of marks in this damper that are going to indicate the top dead center is already there, 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 40 degrees, and in the middle, 35 degrees. So now, you can get as scientific with this as you would like. But what I'm going to show you now is how I've been doing this since, I don't know, I'm a teenager, right? I've done it on countless engines, and it works every time. So, and this is also universal. This isn't Chrysler specific. So, all right. Now, we've already confirmed that all of our timing marks are good. Number one piston to top dead center. We split the dwell. Right, you got about 3 degrees of dwell. So in other words, like where the piston's at top dead center, go a degree and a half before and a degree and a half past where the piston stays stationary. So we split the dwell on this. I know you can use a piston stop. I know, but I split dwell. Okay, it's that much quicker. So we split the dwell on it. We checked our marks, and this is what we got. We're exactly at 0. So we know that the inertia ring hasn't slipped on the damper, and that the cover is accurate, everything is accurate. So now, how do we go about creating these marks? Now, they do have what they call timing tape, but it never lasts. So timing tape is a tape that, a piece of tape that has the degrees marked in it, and you would just wrap it around the damper. They don't stay. They're nice and pretty. They stay in place for a couple of weeks, and then they're gone, right? They take off. So we're not going to bother with that. We want permanent marks in this damper. So how do we go about determining where our increments are going to be? All right. So now this engine is rotating, as you're facing the front, it's rotating clockwise, which means that this part of the damper gets to 0 before this part of the damper. So we know that all of our advance marks are going to be to the right, and this is going to be with any clockwise rotation engine. Like you Honda guys have got to go backwards, okay? By clockwise rotation, you're going to be to the right of the timing mark where you're going to be putting these. Is that right? Yes, you'll be to the right of the timing mark where you're going to put these. So here's how I do this. is so simple, and like I said, this is like universal. You take a caliper, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a measurement from, here's our mark right there. There's 10, it's marked 10 degrees after right there, but that slash is the 10, okay? So now we're going to measure from exactly the center to the 10, and right there. Okay, and we got 650 thousandths of an inch. So that we know that the distance, every 650 thousandths of an inch is going to be 10 degrees on the damper. All right, now we take our same caliper, okay, and we're going to take the pointy ends of the caliper, right, and we're going to put it, I've only got two hands, right, so use your imagination if you can. We're going to put it right at the 0 mark on the damper, and we're going to make a mark, we're going to etch a mark into the damper at 10 degrees. That's our first mark. Okay? Now, we're going to go from that mark and we're going to make another that mark there is 20 degrees. Okay. And now we're going to put our third. That mark is 30 degrees. And now we're going to put one more. And it's 40 degrees. Okay, so now we've got 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 degrees. Now, you don't have to make a zillion marks, right? You just need certain key marks and then you can work around them. So what we're gonna do now is we know that the distance between every 10 degrees is 650 thousandths of an inch. But I wanna know what half of that is, right? Or half, I want to know where 35 is. I'm going to put a mark between 30 and 40, and that's going to be 35. And 35 is going to be right about the magic number where most engines, most gasoline engines are going to tune right. So since we know that 650 thousandths of an inch is 10 degrees, we're going to close this thing down to 325 degrees. Oh, I'm sorry, 325 thousandths. Okay, and now we're going to go between 30 and 40, right there in the center. And here is 35 degrees. Okay, so 0, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. All of our action is going to be right there. So just to the left of that line is going to be 34 degrees. Right? Just above 30 is going to be 31, 32 degrees. So, you know, you don't have to go crazy, going nuts with it. You'll be able to figure it out. Now, those little marks aren't really going to be quite enough. So lots of different ways to do this. I don't want to take the damper back off. At the 35 mark, I do like to put a line across, similar to the top dead center mark, but I'm just going to take this and do it like a brutal way. And there we are. So what I'll probably do is grab a hacksaw blade and just make a line straight across here, but I'm not going to bother with that now. You got the general idea, right? So now with these marks, you know whatever distributor you're putting here, however you want to set the timing, wherever you want it at full advance. Well, first, this gives you the ability to set the distributor without having the timing light, without having the engine running. So if I want to set this to fire at, let's say, 15 degrees or 20 degrees before top dead center, let's say I narrowed the curve down, I've only got like 10 degrees of advance and I want 35 total, well, I'm going to want my initial at 25. So this gives me the ability to line the marks up at that point and then set the distributor so that you'll get that instant first start. All right, simple, basic, universal, and there's not much more left for me to do with this thing. The original valve covers, I'm gonna put them on there, but they're a mess. They have a lot of corrosion and stuff, so I gotta bring them to a friend of mine and see if he could do a little restoration on them. But in the meantime, I just do these cheap chrome jammies on there, and there's not much left for me to do except bolting in the car. So that's it, guys. I hope you got something out of that. I'll see you tomorrow.